People, welcome to another edition of the Finger Tapping Frenzy that we all know and love as WWE SuperCard. Me, Big Jim, here at BadLadDad HQ. So Tuesday, it's a big Tuesday because we've had the team event pushed back. The promise that things are going to get fixed. This is such a frustrating time because when we saw all the ideas that were going to come in for the relaunch of Season 4, the Elimination Chamber, there's all the new graphics, there's new music, there's all kinds of new things that were coming in. It was really exciting and I thought this is going to be great. This is really going to lift the game. And all we've had for the past week and a half is just everyone getting let down because things aren't working. King of the Ring has just been messing people about. People have been losing their points in the War mode because they took War down and put Elimination Chamber up and that didn't work, and they put War mode back, and that's just, you know, where do you start and where do you end with the list of all the things that have gone wrong? And it's so frustrating because all we've done is spent the past week and a half complaining about all the things that have gone wrong instead of enjoying what should have been this big bag of new toys to play with. And I'd much rather if they'd just pulled the plug on it for a few days, sorted it all out, and then given it back. Said, there you go, we're sorry, now get on with it. Now, obviously lessons have been learned if we move into a Season 5, if any of us have got the energy for it, and if they've still got the will to live through it, I'm sure they have. But, you know, what a time for us all. But anyway, look, here we go. It's Tuesday. There's promise that certain things are going to be resolved. I can't imagine everything's going to be sorted out at the same time, but hopefully they'll have a good crack at it. Just have to hold our breath and see on that one. All right, now for a general update. I actually earlier did sit down to record the video earlier, and what I was doing was opening a SummerSlam Fusion for the Fusion Chamber. Long John Silver and the Pirates in the Fusion Chamber. Because I was after a single female. I'd got Asuka and I'd got Natalia, and I thought if I could just get one of those two, get a pro, that would definitely muscle into my Elimination Chamber deck. But it wasn't to be. It was another Finn Balor, my lord, Finn Balor. And I thought, well, I'm not going to bother making him into a pro because I do have him already. I'm just going to sit on that, sit tight until we get Beast or even Monster fusions available, and then deal with them that way. So that was pretty much a bit of a damp squib. Then it came to the challenge packs. I'd got 40 odd points saved, and I thought, right, we'll do a 10-point pack, we'll do a 25-point pack. This will be exciting, we could get something nice. And I was wrong. 10-point pack, waste of time. 25-point pack, also a waste of time. So I kind of pulled the plug on that. I was like, I've had enough of this. But then I thought, well, you guys don't know this yet. You guys haven't seen it. So I thought, okay, I'll do this. I'll get everything back on and I'll do this. I was going to sort of walk away from it all. I'd had enough, to be quite honest. Right, so what else is going on? Well, Team Battleground, we're in our first monster tier Team Battleground. So we've got a monster card up for grabs. And it is so refreshing to actually know that you get a definite card from the top tier, as opposed to that horrendous experience we had with all the SummerSlams, where, I mean, I went 15 pulls before I got my first SummerSlam card from those packs. Yeah, so this is a good thing. This is a good thing, and as you can see, score-wise, it's a good thing as well. On the not-so-good thing, I've got the worst deck out of my game, but it doesn't really matter because certainly the bottom two guys who I've been playing haven't powered up at all. So, and bearing in mind that we're about, well, just over 9,000 points ahead of them, I've got a feeling, strong feeling in my water, we might just pull ourselves through this one. So that's good news. So I will have that for tomorrow to bring you, and I'll see if I can encourage that Ninja Boy back on camera, because it'll be his first monster card from a pack 2. So it'd be nice to get him back on board because he's been missing the last few days. And, you know, hands up, the reason why he's been missing the last few days is, apart from school, which does keep him busy, he's extremely frustrated with the game as well. And he just basically said, look, I've had enough of that, I'm just walking away for a bit, which is what he's done. So that's another good reason for hoping they sort things out, because I want to get Ninja Boy back into the fold, back in front of the camera, back in action. So there we go. It's a fairly simple win there. I think in terms of the daily challenges, I've just got a couple of war matches to play. War matches, man. A couple of war matches, so we'll do that. Pool-wise, I've not had anything since Thomas Giampion, who was, of course, the first Beast card that was put up in the first event, and I'd missed out on him by 80 points, and then he was my first pull in Beast mode, and then moved up to Monster tier, if you've seen that video. And I've got some nice monster cards already. Brock Lesnar's looking cool, so I'm pleased with Brock Lesnar. But I've not had a monster pull. Not had a monster pull. They've all come from these various packets. So that's something I'm looking forward to resolving soon, hopefully. That's why I'm kind of just chiseling a few matches here, just hoping that perhaps, if we're lucky, if we're very lucky, I just might drop one from these. I mean, war-wise, yes, 13,000 looks like a low total, but with 12,000 I was 3,500 ahead of second place. Of course, because we've not been able to check the tables, because it's just that bit's not been working, I'm wondering whether one of them is sneakily just powered a load of points. That's kind of the sort of thing I would have done. I would have thought, actually, the guy at the top probably doesn't think anyone's playing. Let's have a quick go and see if I can overtake him. So I'm wondering if there's any little nasty surprises waiting for me there, and find that someone has been doing an awful lot of playing in my absence, or in everyone's absence, and has overtaken me. But we'll find out soon enough. I certainly can't imagine that anyone outside of the top 5 has bothered doing that, because they were fairly low in the points. Here we go, having a nice thrashing. Oh no, we've got 1-1. Got it back to 1-1. A Cam's actually been quite a useful card. I was thinking he wasn't going to be one of the best. He's certainly not one of the best monster cards. There we go. Back to being thrashed. Not one of the best monster cards, but he's done okay. He's held his own. And similarly, Cedric has surprised me. My Titan Cedric has his speed has certainly come up to scratch in quite a few scraps, which has been nice to see. And he's been procking away, doing his best, trying to get me a few wins. So much so, and obviously, those of you who've seen our videos before know just how much Cedric likes to be in my decks, particularly all those WrestleMania Cedrics that used to turn up. I've actually made him the team avatar on Team BadLadDad, just to celebrate the Cedricness of being Cedric. Right, let's do one more of these. Yeah, these challenge packs, I have had maybe, what, two tweets where people have said, oh, look at this, look what I've grabbed, which would suggest to me, bearing in mind there's more than 2 people trying to play the game at the moment, that most of you aren't having much luck at all. So I'd be interested to hear if you've had anything beast tier or upwards. It's beast tier or upwards from those challenge packs, whether it's the 10-pointer or the 25-pointer. Just let me know in the comments down below. Quick straw poll, see if it's actually working at all, see if that's something else that we can complain about. Because the drop rate does not look very healthy at all, to my eyes. Oh gosh, we're going to lose another one here, are we? It's been one of those kind of days. One of those kind of days. That's the Brock Lesnar image. I quite like that one. Striking Brock Lesnar, rather than the usual Brock Lemon image. The usual Brock Lesnar image, which is to actually have him doing something that's a bit more animated is quite nice. Right, we're going to get a nice pull here. We're going to get a nice pull. We're not going to get a nice pull, are we? No, we're not. No, Big Jim, not today. We're not playing today. Oh, is there something else I can do? Something else I can do? I could do a Money in the Bank. Team Ring Dom, as I mentioned, we're geared up for whatever the monster card is. Well, that's got a couple of hours coming soon. 2 hours 29 minutes to go until that starts. So obviously we'll be chiselling away at that. King of the Ring's just not starting. Wild mode's okay. Actually, have I got one more war to do just to finish this off? Oh, play 6 wild games. Wild games. It wasn't war games, it was wild games. Let's go and play that one more wild game, then I'll get out your faces. Because you've probably had enough of me. I'm a bit downbeat today. It's because I'm a bit tired. A lot of work, which is a good thing. A lot of frustrations with the game. And a lot of things to contend with at the moment. So not my usual bubbly, bouncy, bright self, but I'm doing my best. Didn't want to let you guys down. Power, speed. Oh, I'm struggling to even see what I'm doing here. Let's go for the big man of cam. And this will get me a whole point I can put towards another pack of ultimate cards. Toughness, charisma. I'm sure I've said this to you before, and I'm sure you've already worked it out for yourself, but if you do put your cards in war mode in order that you would normally play them, best to last, best first up to your worst last is what I meant to say, then of course that mode can actually play itself. So if you leave it long enough, it will just kick in and just pick your best card for the first round and work things out that way. So that's worth knowing, because let's face it, there's not too many decent ways of quickly powering up cards at the moment, and by that I mean playing their matches for them. So the little bit of help, I used to use Royal Rumble a lot, and of course we've not seen that yet. So the war mode on automatic pilot is one good way of doing that, albeit it's quite slow, like most of the other things around here, including me. So look, that's it for today. It's just a quick wrap up. A bit of a moan actually, wasn't it? A bit of a moan, sorry about that. Well, let's hope that next time I'm going, this is fantastic, everything's working. Yeah, in our dreams. Anyway, that's it for today, people. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you like the video, bung me a few likes down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We're on Twitter, which is where all the banter is. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Take care of yourselves. I hope the game is going to behave itself. And until I see you next time, you stay cool.